Thank you for joining me today in this part 3 of 3 looking at Oboz footwear. So far we've discovered that we can get Oboz footwear in the UK, and if you're lucky you can get it in wide, and probably not in wide, but you can get some discounts as well. We've also discovered that the women's fit is true to size, and I think we'll find some changes here when we look at the men's. We've found that it's a very good quality, and that with that women's fit it's extremely adjustable from quite narrow feet to maybe not wide but slightly wider than average for women. So we're talking about anything from a little bit less than a B fit, which would be my wife as we looked at, through to probably a C might be pushing it for women. What we've got today, we'll have a proper look in another video at the Bridger low. As you can see, it's US 14, UK 13, but we'll look more particularly at the Bridger mid, same sizing here, and as you can see we've got the low in dark shadow and the mid in raven, and there is a difference in colour. The raven, which is this one, the mid, looks a bit flatter of colour, and it's a bit lighter. My preference would be the dark shadow. The most important thing I think is the fit. This is wide fit, and I just don't do these reviews off the top of my head, even though it might seem so. I do look at what other people are saying, particularly on sizing, and with the women's fit it was consistently that the sizing was true to size, and people were finding that they were very accommodating in terms of width. With the men's, and I had to buy mine, both of these pairs, online, and I paid attention to what I was reading. A significant number of people were saying that the fit in length was short. So my standard size is US 13, UK 12. I'm not even going to go to the EU sizing, but I ended up getting the UK 13, US 14, and for me this is a perfect fit. So you might be wondering why we've got a Keen Targi 3. I would say that in length the Targi 3 and the Bridger are fitting just about the same. There's a difference in width though, which is probably apparent there. I always find width sizing in US much more useful, and I would say the Targi, yeah, it's running size, US size small, but the width I would say is a triple E. The width on the Bridger a double E, but generous, and like the women's it is adjustable. Whilst we're looking at the two pairs here, there's an obvious difference in price. I think it's about a 50 quid difference on recommended retail price, and you can see why. The Bridger is far better made, it's more substantial, the weight difference isn't crazy, but they're both very good, but the Bridger is that cut above, I would say. Like the women's, it has the rolling foot action of tread from the heel to the toe. Like the women's, it's an aggressive pattern, and it really promises to be very good. Since I reviewed the Targi 3 and Targi 2, if you've looked at those videos, you'll have seen that I was a little bit critical of the Targi 2 because it started falling apart on me with these lugs, and I think it's on the other boot it started to do the same. But what it says is don't take Targis to the Coolin on the Isle of Skye or the Anarchigak in Glencoe. They're just not up to it. I will have a look at the low in a comparison video with some other makes, including Keen, but some others as well. Overall, Oboz, I would say fair price for the money, and definitely to be recommended. But remember, not just me, lots of reviewers is saying they're running a half to a full size small, unlike the women's, which are running true to size. Thanks for watching, and please look out for the next video when I'll be doing a comparison with some other makes.